Ayo, and what is up, gang? Thank you so much for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. It is Sunday, January the 21st, 2018, and we are here to talk about some Impact. So let's get that started right here and right now on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, baby. I'm talking about the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. So let's do it.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
All right, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me, as always, is the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball. Welcome to the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on Sledgehammer TV. God, I feel a whole lot better, and I want to start this broadcast off by apologizing to any of you who were waiting for this video yesterday, because if you watched Friday's show, you will see, and you could probably still hear right now, that I was very sick, and I still soldiered on through a video for you guys on Friday. And Saturday, I woke up and was pretty much a zombie. I was the Walking Dead on my couch. I was curled up in a robe, I was hot, I was sweating, I had chills, I was freezing all at the same time. I was hungry, I was nauseous, I was all messed up. I thought I had the flu. Turned out it probably was just a bad cold virus, you know, one of them 24-hour jammies. But I couldn't get my ass up over here to do anything for you guys. I couldn't speak, I didn't want to hear nothing. All I did all day long was watch a non-stop marathon all day of Law and Order SVU. Now, I know we're here to talk about wrestling. You don't want to hear me talk about Law and Order, but I just want to say one thing. Consider this like a public service announcement for all of you parents, and maybe for some of you younger people as well. Watching Law and Order SVU, especially on a never-ending loop in a cycle of about 12 hours, you will see a bunch of scenarios that you will never ever want to live. And it will effectively, if you are a parent, make you want to lock your children up in your house, never let them outside ever again, because something bad is almost certain to happen. It's almost a certainty. This show is ridiculous. It's absolutely crazy. And if you're a kid, you have to cut your parents some slack, especially if you know for sure they're a huge Law and Order fan. If your mom and dad, if you're out there watching me and your mom and dad's maybe a little hard on you, maybe they don't let you go out partying as much as you'd like, maybe they're on top of you in certain angles yet, right? Ask them if they watch Law and Order. Just ask them. Ask them if they're a big fan of Law and Order. Do you guys watch SVU? You know, I just want to know, because maybe that's why you don't let me do the things I want to do. Because my daughter's 5. I want to lock her up. I mean, not in a bad way. I want to keep her away from the world. Thanks to Law and Order SVU. The writing on that show is fantastic. If you get past the second or third minute of that opening segment, you're screwed. You're screwed. You're sucked in, because now you need to know what happened. You need to find out, what the hell did I just watch here? And by the time you get to the end of the show, you're like, holy shit, what did I just watch here? And then they start another one, and if you don't change the channel quick enough, you're stuck. And like I said, I couldn't move. I was stuck. I couldn't get the remote. I was watching Law and Order all day. I'm a paranoid person right now. Everybody I saw today is a suspect to me. And every young person is a victim. So I gotta take a little break from the Law and Order. And let's get back to the wrestling business. Because God forbid the WWE write TV that's even a fraction of the bit as compelling as Law and Order SVU. Mariska Hargitay, how you doing? Holy shit. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, let's talk some Impact Wrestling, like I promised. Now, if you obviously are not a fan of Impact Wrestling, then why the hell did you even click to come here? Because this is specifically an Impact Central episode, as we are going to focus on all their news that I've gotten to this week that we did not get to cover yesterday. I apologize again. Obviously, I'm feeling much better, in case you give a shit. But my voice is still somewhat on the rebound, so please forgive my raspiness. Maybe you like it better. What the hell do I know? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, do not forget to punch that thumbs up right in the mouth. Don't worry, I won't report you to CSU or SVU or whatever CSIVU organization you might be afraid of. I won't report you. All you gotta do is punch the thumbs up right in the mouth. Do it right now. No assault charges will be pressed. And then you can press the subscribe button if you are not already a member of the family here at the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show on Sledgehammer TV. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you will be notified each and every time a video just like this one drops, and you won't miss a thing. And then you can check out our sponsors in the link below. Clutch Chairs, just check it out. All you gotta do is click. Don't take nothing, don't cost nothing. Just a second of your time, I would really appreciate that. And as always, share this video with all your wrestling buddies. Anybody in the world that you know that likes wrestling. Maybe they like SVU, Law and Order, share that. Maybe they'll enjoy my little opening segment for today's show. But now, that the business is out of the way, let's get to the news. The biggest news that I got is Impact Wrestling has apparently launched a live streaming Twitter feed that doesn't end. And I went into this thing very skeptically. They launched it this week, and I didn't go on the day of the launch. I know I wasn't home and able to do that. So I was sitting here at my station, and I had my laptop fired up, and I said, you know what? Let me check this shit out. So I did. Just that. And when I fired it up, I was given a Bound for Glory from 2007. And if that alone is not a reason for me to tell you guys to go check out the stream, it's 100% absolutely free. It costs nothing more than you're already paying for your Wi-Fi. If you have a Twitch account, you're already doing all of that stuff. So obviously, this costs nothing. Go check it out. Because if you are not a person that was able to access TNA Impact back in the day, when it was great, we're talking 2005, 6, 2007, you were going to be able to, as I did on Friday morning, you were going to see Bobby Roode and Eric Young in Team Canada. They look like little baby men. They look like tiny little baby boys. Baby boy, tiny boy, Bobby Roode. That's what they're just so little. But yet you can obviously tell it's them. It just trips your mind. I talk about the Amazing Red a lot because I go to House of Glory and he is the owner of House of Glory here in New York City. You want to know who he is? You never seen him? You don't know what I'm talking about? Go watch the TNA live stream. At some point you will see the Amazing Red and why I love this guy so much. He was what his name says he is. It was absolutely amazing. We got to see vintage, stealing it from Michael Cole, vintage AJ Styles, vintage Samoa Joe, The Abyss, when Abyss was awesome. And it's just so great to be able to see some of this stuff, most of which I've probably forgotten about by now. The TNA Impact Twitch live stream is worth every minute of your time. There was a chat going on. Like, I know you guys that use Twitch, you know how it runs. I'm really kind of new to the Twitch game, but I saw the chat going on during the live stream, and people were marking out over everything, and they were hoping that we would get to see Barbed Wire Massacre that occurred just this past week on Pop TV or whatever friggin' channel they're on nowadays. And immediately following that classic pay-per-view that I watched, they showed that match from the previous night before. And then they went back into the loop of some of the older and much greater stuff. You guys have no idea some of the people you are going to see. You are going to see some of the stuff that you've missed from Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Kevin Nash, Booker T, Scott Steiner. Everybody's been down there. Mick Foley, Christian. It's some of the best wrestling you've probably never seen. It doesn't cost 1 red cent, and I absolutely urge you guys to go check it out. Go check it out. Now, I'm not telling you to check it out because of all the new shit that they've had. Like, if they start showing everything from 2017 and just the recent years, then, feel free to wait till the stream kicks back over. I mean, I don't know exactly how it works. I don't know if it's rotating, if they have a program manager that's choosing what we're watching every single day. But so far, at some point during each day as I've tuned into TNA Impact on Twitch TV, it has absolutely brought a smile to my face because I have seen something that I have forgotten about. The beautiful people. Gail Kim versus Awesome Kong. Classic wrestling television that should not have been missed, but you may have been a hater back in the day. You're probably still a hater now. And if you hate Impact Wrestling and you hate TNA, first of all, A, why are you watching this video, like I already said? B, you can get the hell out of here. And C, just go check it out. It has the wrestlers that you all know and love killing it today. I shouldn't say killing it because WWE's been killing me. But you get my drift. Almost 80% of the TNA roster from these years have either been a past or future WWE superstar. Go check it out. I highly encourage you guys. It's going to be a good show, and I encourage you as well to get back to me here on these forums. Hit me up on Twitter at Nick Nightmare. Let me know if you checked it out. Let me know what you saw, what you liked. Get back at me, and I will know to continue to cover and go over some of the stuff. Maybe we'll do some classic Impact stuff. Maybe some historic Impact moments. If I see something maybe I want to talk about, maybe we'll do just that. Just you guys let me know if that would be something you'd be interested in. You can do that leaving a comment down here, or like I said, go to the Facebook page, check me out on Twitter. You can do all them things. Just let me know what you think. As far as who you're not going to see in TNA from this day forward, there's been a lot of departures from TNA this week, and two of them we've already covered, and we're going to talk about them again today. And one situation is not a contractual one, but a health reason. A very serious health reason that struck the Impact Knockouts division. I don't even know. Are they still calling them Knockouts? I don't know. The Impact Women's division. As the Impact wrestler Sienna. You might remember Sienna. A couple of months back, she was chirping some shit on Twitter that she started the whole peacock rope thing and that Charlotte Flair stole her gimmick. Right? Remember that? Irrelevant. Because Charlotte is a Flair. And you are a nothing. So whatever she does obviously is going to be magnified times 100,000 million. Because who is Sienna? Nobody really knows. That does not negate the fact that what happened to her is very unfortunate, as she has revealed that she was hospitalized during a recent set of Impact tapings due to a blood clot in each of her lungs. Not just one lung, both lungs. I beg the question to you guys. These people, these professional athletes, these are pro wrestlers. They're in tip-top physical condition. They're supposed to be, the top of the line as far as human beings can go. How do you get a blood clot in each lung and you're a pro wrestler? I don't understand the science behind it. I didn't look into it because I was worrying about my own lungs yesterday. Certainly glad it wasn't a blood clot. But holy shit, how does that even happen? You're supposed to be an athlete. You're supposed to have a proper diet, exercising, Wow. Just really took me by surprise when I read that one. The former Knockouts champion tweeted, "I went to the hospital during taping suspecting..." I always screw up on that word. Suspecting. You'd think it's an easy word, right? But, it's not. Where's your show? How you doing? During tapings, suspecting a displaced rib or collapsed lung. Turns out I have a blood clot in each. Sienna will not be wrestling right now, but she is still making personal appearances. There is no word as of yet on a timetable and how long she will be out of action. Certainly an unfortunate situation, a blood clot in each lung. Could she have died from that? Any of my fans in the medical profession, you guys can enlighten me on that. Let me know, how serious is that? Obviously, you got to be hospitalized, you got to take care of something like that, but Jesus, blood clots in your lungs. Sounds like it could be fatal. Hopefully everything works out for little Miss Sienna and she'll be back on Impact in no time soon. Further Impact departures, we got Laurel Van Ness, also known as Chelsea Green, and also known as Zack Ryder's girlfriend. She will be coming to the WWE in 2018, that is for sure. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Sick, remember? Still kicking it. We're almost there. Chris Adonis, also known to us WWE fans as Chris Masters. He's announced he's been done with the company. There is no way he's coming back to WWE, at least not right now. There is no way they even need somebody like Chris Masters. He's nothing but mid-card jobber garbage compared to the level on the mid-card that we got right now. You got a guy like Ty Dillinger on the mid-card you're not using. You want me to see you bring back Chris Masters? Get out of here. But there is no word or any kind of rumors on that, because that's almost an impossibility, I think, at least for now. James Storm has officially announced his departure from the company. He's been making noise about the fact that he wants to finally have his WWE run. He had a cup of coffee in NXT maybe a year or maybe 2 years ago. Time's going by so friggin' fast I lose track. But, he didn't stick around. He decided to go back and sign with Impact. He started doing something really cool over there, the DCC. And then that kind of went nowhere, and now he's back to the drawing board once again. Cowboy James Storm would be a fantastic addition. Start him back again at NXT, maybe bring him to the main roster, get him in a feud against or a team with his former tag team champion buddy and beer money, Bobby Roode. There's money to be made right there. It's in the name. And now these characters are free to use their previous personas. So it'll be interesting to see. Or if they would probably just rebrand it, just like they redid Broken into Woken. They'll probably make beer money into, Whiskey Cash. I don't know, something to make it Vince's and still be somewhat close to what they already were. But that would be the only reason, really, I'd want to see James Storm. It would be to be teamed with Bobby Roode. Otherwise, I was never a James Storm guy. I was a Bobby Roode guy. Obviously. Hello. The other two Impact departures we have already talked about on this channel, which is Bobby Lashley and EC3, Ethan Carter III, two former Impact Wrestling champions. There's talk about EC3 showing up in the Royal Rumble. He apparently pulled an appearance on the date of the Royal Rumble, January the 28th. He was scheduled to be somewhere. He said, hey, no thanks. Apparently he's got somewhere else to be. Where else could he possibly have to be? I say to you guys, bringing Ethan Carter III into the Royal Rumble this year is a mistake. It's a mistake. Ethan Carter III was not anywhere near the level of popularity as a Matt Hardy. And sure, there were a lot of eyes on that, and Ethan Carter was a main storyline while the Matt Hardy thing was going on. All the final deletions were happening. Ethan Carter III was circling around the main event, circling around World Heavyweight Championships. But I don't think anybody was sticking around to see Ethan Carter III. I was a very big fan of the whole gimmick, him coming in as Dixie's nephew. And unless she's going to be involved in this in any way, which if he's going to bring his persona with him, she almost kind of has to, that would be the only way this is going to work. At least for me, I want to see Dixie Carter with Ethan Carter III. Aunt Dixie should introduce him. They should bring him up and build him differently. He's the kind of superstar that should start in NXT. It's nothing to take away from him. He's been on NXT before. He's been in the WWE before. He knows how it works. He doesn't need to learn camera angles and the hard cam and how to walk his entrance. Like, he's past that. But I think a good 6 month to a year program in NXT will make Ethan Carter III that much bigger when he comes to the main roster. Him showing up at the Royal Rumble this Sunday is going maybe to fizzle out. The only hope is that, yeah, we are in Philadelphia, which is a big wrestling town. They're a marked town. Everybody kind of watches TNA. They're usually the smarter, hipper wrestling type of fan that attends the Royal Rumble, the type of fan that will boo the result of the Royal Rumble if they are not happy about it. They have been known to do so. It has happened historically, and maybe he will receive some sort of a rousing ovation. But I don't really believe he's going to have the impact that they believe he would make if he debuted this Sunday. This certainly does seem to be the case. If you were a detective, Mariska, you would say to yourself, all signs point to this guy debuting at the Royal Rumble this weekend. I certainly do not agree with it. I'm not going to be against it if it happens. I mean, good for him. I just hope that they really give him something and make him seem like the main event player he wants to be. He's nowhere near main event ready for the WWE. He needs to start right at the bottom like everybody else. Give a man Dixie to give him the rub. Get Dixie Carter on WWE TV. That's history in the making. You want to always talk about being the first. She could be the first TNA-related office member, a TNA owner, very similar to Bischoff and WCW and Heyman and ECW, and now you have Dixie from TNA. It would be great. I don't know. I doubt, like I said, Vince would do anything like that. I don't think he's going to give any credit to these guys. I think he's going to start changing people when they come. You can't change Bobby Lashley. He left as Bobby Lashley. He didn't change anything about himself. He's Bobby Lashley. I'm not looking forward to his return. You might think Bobby Lashley is legit, and that's fine. I'm not talking about his athleticism. He is one of the most powerful men you'll ever see. He's gotten progressively better in the ring over the last few years. I will give him that. But he's still as boring as apple pie. He's as plain Hershey's chocolate. I like my Hershey's chocolate with a little nuts inside. You know what I mean? I like the almond one. It's got to have something more to it than just plain chocolate. It's boring. That's just my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Now I want a chocolate bar. But I don't want Bobby Lashley back in the WWE, but that's almost an inevitability. And once he does come, you could almost guarantee we're going to see Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. Is that a big match? Absolutely. Two MMA powerhouses tearing it up in the WWE. But can Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar have a legit match? A decent match, even? I don't know. We're going to have to keep our eyes on the situation. And it's not a situation I'm looking forward to covering. Because as you can tell, and as you've been able to tell in previous editions where we've talked about Impact and one Bobby Lashley, was never a fan. I didn't like him when he was in the WWE the first time. He was just plain old, boring old nothing. And he was part of that whole millionaire hair thing, which made me barf, which is also now the segment that belongs to the president. How you feel on that, that's up to you. I'm not going to talk about my opinions on that. And that's pretty much going to do it, man. There's nothing else really to talk about. We covered everything that we had on TNA. I'm telling you guys right now, check out the Twitch stream. There are going to be other shows also included, such as live audio wrestling with the new host being Jeremy Borash. Enough said with Tyrus, a show where he's going to be talking politics, wrestling, sports, and all kinds of shit. That might be interesting. Matthews Megacast with Josh Matthews. I don't want to watch him. And the here we go. Programming for the channel will also include past and present episodes of the flagship Impact show, the weekly original show Explosion, which was a pretty good show as well, pay-per-view events, plus over 1,000 hours of original programming showcasing classic content featuring household injury names like all the ones I've said to you before, a couple that I forgot about. Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Sting, Kurt Angle, Kevin Nash, Jeff Jarrett, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, and many, many more. Go check it out. Let me know what you thought. I might just go watch some right now just to see what they got going on, because I don't want to miss something that I might really, really want to remember, because I don't remember much about those days except the fact that I enjoyed my Impact. I was a big fan. I was buying merch, right? Once you start buying merch, you know you're a fan. I don't buy merch no more. I haven't bought merch for TNA in years. Years. Hopefully, this is a sign of things to come. And maybe it'll change. Don't forget to check out everything else we put up on the channel this week. If you missed Wednesday's show, we had the Mixed Match Challenge Week 1 review, which has done absolutely fantastic. It might have been my best performing video ever on YouTube. I got the most likes, the most hits, the most views in the shortest amount of time ever on this video. I want to thank each and every one of you guys that came out and subscribed. We had a wave of subscribers over the weekend. It was the only thing during my sickness that made me feel any better. Watching that subscriber total count go up all day long is one of the things that just make me feel so good. And it made my day yesterday as sick as a dog as I was. And you could make my day today by joining that club right now if you did not do so already. Thank you so much. I need to rest this voice. We are going to have so much more coming on the channel all week long as we prepare for the Royal Rumble this weekend. We got the Monday Night Raw review tomorrow night. We're going to follow it up with SmackDown, the Mixed Match Challenge Week 2. I have a very special top 5 list coming at you. If you guys have been missing out on those, make sure you check out the Gimme 5 top list section as we got another new one for the Royal Rumble coming up. I will let you wait and see what the topic will be. Thank you so much. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you next time. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball. Thank you for watching the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on SledgeHammerTV, only on YouTube.com. For now.